Well, that's not good. Oh, right. I undid the fuel filter because it got clogged up again. It's probably because it's a diesel tank and I haven't gotten all of it out, so let's go ahead and drop the tank, clean it up, and change it over so that we don't have to worry about this again. Got this mask to keep the dust from getting in my mouth. It's probably a good idea because this is the original tank and there's all sorts of crud underneath here. We're going to start by pulling a few of these hoses out of the way, and we're going to need to drain the rest of what's in there out. Obviously, that's not the color it's supposed to be. It's gasoline, so there's plenty of diesel fuel still in. Got a lot more out, but I'm going to plug it just in case. Put this pan down here so we can take off the filler hose and get whatever's left in there, which is a lot. These bushings hold in the rear beam, which also has to come out so that the gas tank can drop down. Those are in pretty bad shape, so we'll probably replace those too, but that'll be in another video. The exhaust also has to come out of the way, so we'll take that apart and pull that out of the back of the car. Hey, there's the tip that I put on. Gonna put this wood in between the jack and the tank so that I don't bend it up too much when I'm dropping it down. And then we just undo these bolts that hold the straps in place, and it ought to start coming down. It actually didn't come down this fast, but it's out of the car now and ready to be cleaned up. Now, I normally use this vacuum as a vacuum, but if you take this attachment and you put it on the back, you could use it as a blower. And I'm just going to blow this air into the tank and try to make the rest of the gas, or whatever's left in there, evaporate. So I've just been cleaning off the outside and inspecting it. One of these fittings is a little loose. We're going to mix up some JB Weld epoxy and put that around the cracks to hold it back in place. I just let that epoxy dry overnight and it looks fine. I feel like the tank's possibly been out before. There looks like a little place where it's been repaired right there. This is the filler neck where the fuel comes in, but this one is obviously for a diesel one. We want to change this out for a gasoline one. So we're going to take it out, which is just a couple of clamps, and here it is with the rubber neck attached to it. If you look down the throat of it, you can see that there aren't any flaps or obstructions. Maybe you can, maybe you can't. This isn't a very good shot. Let's look at the one I just got in the mail, though. And if you look down the neck of that one, see how there's just a little closed off flap thing? Yeah, we want that. Seemed like a good idea to go ahead and give it a coat of paint so it looks nice before it goes into the car. Nice-ish. So I've just got to line up these 3 holes right there. Screws go right through there and hold it to the body. There's a hose that attaches to the pipe with a clamp. This is for the venting system, I think. And we're just going to attach that. And then the screw at the bottom where that came off. The rubber part goes on the bottom, and that's where it attaches to the tank. This little screen goes inside the tank, and your fuel comes through that before it gets to the first filter in the car, which was this one right here. You can see all of the gross crap that fell out of that when I took it out of the car. The new filter has a return line so that it can return excess pressure to the tank. It goes down here to the fuel pump, and then from the fuel pump it goes up to the carburetor where there's one more filter. I just got to cut that hose. Now that the outside and inside of the tank are much cleaner, we can put it on the jack, slide it into place, lift it up. You can tell I cleaned out under here too. Look how much better that looks. So it's amazing. I put some tape over the rubber insulators that go in between the tank and the straps. I was going to paint the straps, but just cleaning them off worked fine. The rest of this process was a little tedious and hard to film, but the tank went back in place really well, and it looks great now. I got new hoses on it, and it's ready to go. Next thing I gotta do is work on these suspension pieces that I took off and put the beam back in place, but we're going to save that for another video. Thank you guys for watching. I hope to have more for you soon. Take care, keep your hands clean, and stay in the house for a while. Don't forget my catchphrase.